Hey guys, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. And today, I've got an Italian zombie flick that's all kind of sleaze and all kinds of gore and just pure fun. It is Lucio Fulci's and Bruno Mattei's 1988 classic trash film. It is Zombie 3. And guys, this one may be pretty shitty compared to Lucio Fulci's Zombie 2. But you know what? It's actually pretty enjoyable. So let's get right into the madness. Here is Zombie 3. Zombie 3 is a low-grade Italian zombie film that, aside from its troubled production, lackluster acting, and convoluted plot, is actually quite a bit of fun. As an unofficial sequel of sorts to Lucio Fulci's Zombie Flesh Eaters, the film goes straight for the jugular with its non-stop undead antics and overall ravenous approach to the material. From its humid tropical setting to its foreboding atmosphere, the production manages to create a tone that is both unsettling and adventurous, yet insanely grungy. Filled to the brim with gory zombie goodness, Zombie 3 is a bastardized version of Lucio Fulci's classic, but it is still one that uncontrollably shines with fun and fear. The film follows the horrendous events that occur after a chemical weapon is stolen from a secret laboratory by a group of terrorists, and then accidentally released into the atmosphere of an island community. The highly volatile bacterial virus transforms a good majority of the population into blood-crazed zombies, thirsting for blood and guts to munch on. Caught up in this apocalyptic scenario is a group of vacationers in an army troop out on leave, who are forced to fight for their very lives as the numbers of the undead rise to uncontrollable levels. Can they make it to safety in time? Who really gives a shit, because this is nothing but good old-fashioned entertaining 80s Italian horror. Zombie 3 in general has been known to have a troubled past. Initially, Zombie 3 was directed by the legendary Italian horror filmmaker Lucio Fulci, but after some disagreements and other unknown problems, he left the production of the film, passing directorial efforts into the hands of fellow horror creator Bruno Mattei. I have no idea of the extent of Fulci's influence on the film, or how much can be credited to his vision, but Mattei can be felt throughout this movie in almost every aspect of its narrative. That's both a bad and good thing, because both directors are worlds apart in the crafting of their stories. Fulci's output is of a higher caliber, boasting artistic flair and gory richness, while Mattei's craft has aimed a little lower with off-kilter acting, absurd moments, and low-budget flavor. They each have their own style, and are outstanding in their own right, but for completely different reasons. With Zombie 3, that lowbrow execution of sleaze and grittiness can be felt throughout the production, which creates an especially unique feel which screams Bruno Mattei. What we get with this approach is not a masterpiece of decaying flesh, but an entertaining romp through the killing fields of a third-world country gone to hell, literally. The location of the Philippines is actually the perfect setting for a zombie apocalypse, set within a lush tropical jungle that seems to have swallowed up the surrounding villages and urban structures. The place feels absolutely dead. There's also a grittiness to the landscape that gives the film an authentic feel. The group of survivors must trudge through the thick jungles, muddy rivers, deserted villages, and even an abandoned hotel that has been taken over by the surrounding forests. Simply put, the locations look like complete shit, and that's a very good thing. The entire film just feels dead and decaying, and combined with Mattei's dreamlike execution behind the camera, the film comes out being very atmospheric and vividly placed within a world that only exists on the celluloid roll. Let's also not forget about the zombies, which there are a plethora of. We've got all types of Walking Dead, like the slow movers to the water waders and even some of the jumping variety. There's also a machete-wielding zombie that's one crazy son of a bitch, moving at lightning speed and acting like a total badass. My favorites of the bunch, though, are the slow-moving pack of zombies. There's an especially excellent scene that has our main survivors held up in an abandoned building as they watch the approaching throngs of undead shuffle their way towards their barricade. The scene is slow and methodical, and actually brings a bit of class to the overall film. While not as iconic as the zombies in the original Zombie, these deadheads do their job and do it well. What can be said about Zombie 3, other than it's a blast if you're willing to overlook the movie's shortcomings and appreciate it for what it is? The film is a down and dirty zombie tale that tends to go a little overboard in parts, but never strays too much to make it unwatchable. In fact, the moments when the film veers off course are insanely enjoyable and stick with you because of their astonishing and earth-shattering oddness. Flying heads and rabid babies aside, Zombie 3 is a very atmospheric flick that provides a good number of memorable zombie moments that should cater nicely to Walking Corpse fans the world over. If you're willing to watch a film that is a little bit rough around the edges, but has entertainment at its heart, then I recommend giving it a chance. Zombie 3 is an interesting Fulci Matei oddity. And guys, that's the strange weird world of Fulci and Matei's Zombie 3. Just a blast of grindhouse weirdness and gory fun. But guys, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that review, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, then like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you guys at the next movie review. Take care.